invitados esperando. Vamos a traer a the Vein Machine. Vein Machine, hello guys, how are you guys doing? Good evening.
How's it going? We're doing very well. Thank you for having us on your show.
No, on the contrary, thank you guys for joining us. And Mitch was telling me just a while ago that you guys just someone picked up someone at the airport just a while ago. Right?
Yeah, that's this guy. So Bobby Stevens is the newest addition to Vein Machine as the drummer. And so I had to pick him up from the airport yesterday in Palm Springs. Bobby is based out of Tacoma, Washington. So he's come a long way to join us for these shows that we're going to be doing in Mexicali and Tijuana. And I mean, we've been working together for about a year now.
It's been let's see, I think a year was last month.
Yeah. So we've been working together remotely for about a year, and it's so far everything's been working out.
Nice. Tacoma, all the way to Tacoma, Washington. I'm a big Twin Peaks fan. I don't know if that's even around there somewhere where we're talking about, but so it's been a year just that you joined, and it's technology nowadays can hook us up, right? We can share each other different sessions of whatever we create. But I would like to go back in time a little bit, guys.
Sure.
I like for my audience to know how we started in music. So if you can you guys tell us what were your first influences, or what do you think woke up your passion for music? So whoever wants to start, go ahead.
Would you like to start, Bobby?
Sure.
All right.
So basically,
this is a Back to the Future session. Okay.
Back to the Future. Yeah, long time ago for me. Yeah. Let's see. I was 10 years old. Let's see, because I was raised around musicians. My dad's a drummer also. So I was kind of around it, and my mom was a singer. So basically, when I was 10 years old, I kind of just picked up the drums, and I just kind of listened to a lot of different types of drummers, different types of music, from jazz to hip hop to, old school rock, even country, because I wanted to learn it all because I was really into it. So basically, and then there's like a few drummers who I really look up to. Like you have like Neil Peart. Obviously he's one of those great drummers, and Carter Beauford from the Dave Matthews Band, kind of. So I'm a big Dave Matthews Band fan. So yeah, so I kind of learned from like a few drummers, but I kind of made it my own too, like as I gotten older and whatnot. So I just never stopped. So that was like 30 years ago. So long story.
That's crazy, Bob, because I once had to go to see Dave Matthews Band live on my own, because my friends were like, dude, what do you mean Dave Matthews?
A lot of people laughed at me. Yeah, I get it.
I had my metal band, and we're like, oh, dude, no, we're not going to go with you. Yep. And it was like, no, Carter Beauford is the best drummer.
Man.
I mean, compared to these death metal super speedy drummers, he's my main guy. And it's crazy. I was just looking to my girlfriend. It's like, wow, that's crazy.
It's crazy. Same thing here. I've always looked up to him, and I just learned a lot from him, and kind of went from there. And then very amazing drummer. Very totally different too. That open hand style. I'm sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Totally different. It's pretty cool.
And how he got used to a righty drum kit, right? He has his drum kit set up for a righty, and I think he's a lefty, right?
Because apparently, I guess how he started, because he was watching Buddy Rich on TV, but like as being a kid, watching TV, everything is like switched, like mirrored. So he thought it was natural to have the hi-hat, like the hi-hat, and actually play like on that side. But then he switched everything over to the regular side, so that's why he plays open-handed, because he started out as a left. Crazy. So
he's awesome, man. Thanks, Bobby. So was there a genre that you could say you identified with back then? Was there like, okay, this is my favorite?
They all have a home to me, so it's like really hard to say like which one's my favorite, because they all have a developed somewhere in my heart to where I make them my own. So it's just kind of like all over the place. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. I mean, I do like hip hop beats, you know, things like that. So if I have to name one, kind of like hip hop style, like a lot of bass drum, snare drum heavy, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah, I love it that all the info you get, right? You start making a big archive,
Right.
and it's a big like a data bank, right, of all of this different genres. So let's go. Let me bring in Monk. Let me see if we can hear him. I think he just joined him. Hey, how are you doing, man?
Yeah. Hey, what's up, guys?
What's going on, man?
Audio.
How you doing?
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can hear you.
Okay, cool. Was having a bit of difficulty logging in, but I'm ready now.
No worries, no worries. Thanks you for joining, man. I'm going with the we're going back in time here with a vein machine. We're
Okay.
talking with Bobby and his beginning with music, and I think we can go with you now, Omar. You want to talk with about your influence, and then we'll go with you, Monk. So
Okay.
Oh boy.
yeah, what woke that passion? What woke up that passion for music back then? Do you remember?
Honestly, for me, I think what started the passion for me in music was back when Purple Rain was first released. One of my aunts took me to watch it, and even though I had a lot of heavy roots as far as music is concerned, listening to a lot of classical music because that was really kind of the only music like my father would allow me to listen to. So as a young kid, going to this movie theater and watching Prince, on stage, and just kind of like the rivalry between Prince and Morris Day, I thought was very comical. But that's where I really started kind of getting an interest in synthesizers, because the synth player in that band, he would wear like medical scrubs, like from a doctor. And I thought, oh, that's a cool look, like I totally want to do that. So, but it wasn't really until I was about 14 or so that I started really getting into, heavily influenced into electronic music. And that's when I have an older sister who would sometimes go, to record shops in Los Angeles, and she would bring back all this really great, amazing music that I never heard. And living in a small town in the desert in California, because that's kind of where I had my humble beginnings, was like I kind of soaked it all in. It was right around the time where when K-Rock was very, very popular. So they were playing a lot of Depeche Mode, a lot of New Order, a lot of The Cure, Human League, Heaven 17. Those were like a majority of the bands that I grew up listening to, and then it kind of spanned from there. So at a young age, as a teenager, I started experimenting with synthesizers, and even though I didn't know how to play, I was very determined to basically teach myself how to play. And so that's where that kind of came from. So and then of course, like, I saw Depeche Mode for the very first time live, and then all hell broke loose. Like, I was in complete love about it. So yeah, that's kind of where my like start kind of happened, and then it just kind of went from there. So